Okay, another Mandela effect, people. This guy think it's really time travel. This guy has an explanation here. It's all like a time travel thing. Not really doesn't think it's, well, I think it's quantum computers, the way of computing. But he's saying that maybe it's really time travel. You're actually going back in time there's a like a time device machine. It was created in the 1930s at Tesla, and he created like a machine. It's really a portal, so we could jump anywhere in the past, go back in time. And he said there's one guy who went to the Civil War, went to the Gettysburg Address. It's a scene where he went to this guy went to the Gettysburg Address. No, Gettysburg, not Gettysburg. Went to Gettysburg. Pardon me. Yeah. And on and on. And yeah, so this is really, and this here there's a guy, this video, he's showing me a guy with a cell phone, the Mike Tyson fight. A cell phone with a camera. Back then, cell phones were like huge. You know what I mean? The size of a phone book, maybe. They're huge. I mean, there's no cameras back, cell phone cameras back then. They're like huge. They're like no they weren't really smartphones. They're just, you know what I mean? Yeah, he's showing me this. If you see here.
Guy here, Jammy Bantam. I'm just screenshotting this, so I'm not taking any credit for these findings. I'm just trying to piece everything together. But yeah, this is a Mike Tyson fight 1995. Okay, so that's just one example there. There are plenty of other examples. There's ones where there's a hipster-looking guy in like the 60s or somewhere like that, where he looks completely out of place. He's got these cool kind of Ray-Ban-esque glasses on, modern clothing. Looks completely out of place in the picture. He could have been the first ever hipster, who knows? Could he be a time traveller? There's been a case that I read about fairly recently, I've mentioned this in a previous video, where a mummy was dug up, as in a mummified Egyptian, and it had Adidas shoes, or seemingly sneakers, trainers with 3 stripes on them. Could be nothing, could be coincidence, but when you add everything up, there was also a case in the Charlie Chaplin film, I believe it was in the outtakes of one of the old 1930s, I believe it was, DVD, where there's a woman that looks very much like she's on a mobile phone. Again, when you just see one of these things, much like the Mandela effect, if you just hear one thing like, oh, maybe life was like a box of chocolates, you don't really think too much about it. It's only once you start really seeing the plethora of evidence out there, and it just outweighs any possibility that it's not real. So that's why I'm leaning towards this time traveller theory that I've thought of. again, I'm not taking credit for this YouTube video here. The Project Pegasus thing, I haven't actually heard anyone link that with this. Again, if anyone wants to copy this video, please do. I'm not one of those YouTubers that are against people using my material that I find or that I report on. I genuinely want this spread out so that as many people can see this as possible. So if you've got a bigger fan base than me, I'm very new to this YouTube account here. So if you've got 1 million subscribers, please do screenshot everything that I'm doing and upload it to your own one as well. You've got permission for me to do that. So this is another film here. So I'll play the trailer here again. Feel free to fast forward it. But this trailer is of the film The Butterfly Effect starring Ashton Kutcher. Yeah, it touches on the notion that you shouldn't change anything in history because even the slightest alteration could have dire consequences or different consequences. But just look at the trailer for yourselves, see what you make of it.
When we were kids and I used to have those blackouts. Well, some of those memories have been coming back to me.
There are moments in life we choose to remember.
Do you think that we'll be together forever?
And some memories we can never forget.
All I know is if I read in these journals, I might be able to get Kaylee back.
I think twice about what you're doing. You could wake up a lot worse off than you are now. I haven't seen yourself like this before. But what if you could go back in time? You are completely relaxed. Think of it like a movie. You can pause, and rewind, or slow down. Could you save the one person that mattered the most?
Honey, are you alright?
You. Incredible.
I lost you once and I'm not losing you again.
I mean, you never lost me. What are you talking about?
You got a nice life.
You stay away from me. What about Kaylee? Is she alright? If I go back to the beginning, I might be able to save her. Just tell me if you see anything weird.
Weirder than this.
You were happy once. With me.
Why do you go back and save me?
How are you doing this? You wouldn't believe me if I told you. You can't change who people are without destroying who they were. Every time I try to go back in time to help someone, everything just goes wrong.
Oh my god, what did we do?
You can't play God.
The butterfly effect.
So as you can see from that, guys, he's doing this himself through his blackouts that he has. However, I do believe that maybe Tesla was onto something with the machine there. And if you think of how long ago it was, as I say, I think it was the 30s. I might be getting the era wrong on that, but let's just say it was the 30s. That's a lot of time to perfect the technology where people could, let's say, walk through a machine or however it's done. But the reason why I showed the butterfly effect here is just to highlight the fact that even if you change one thing, so it showed his girlfriend there that he had, and if you change one thing and she's a sort of crackhead looking person in one lifetime, and she's sort of a healthy looking nice person in another lifetime, who's to say this isn't what's going on with this Mandela effect? I've got another theory coming up as well, which I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of the two of these once it is actually found out. But yeah, add your thoughts onto this Project
Hey, yo, folks. This guy, what's his name? Jeremy, I guess. What's his name here?
Project Pegasus theory.
What's his name? Movies fan. No, he's not famous. Let's see this here. Oh, let's do this. Name is this guy. Anyways, that's his idea. This could be time travel. Cody Radfire. Okay. This guy name's Cody Radfire, and his idea is this might be all time travel. This whole thing, this Mandela effect. But that's all I have, folks. I guess till next time.